Hey, Taisha, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Hey, Sierra. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Thanks, Taisha. Thanks, Sierra. Hey, Naisha. So first, let me tell y'all, in case y'all haven't seen me, in case y'all haven't heard from me. Y'all see this? I broke my front tooth about a week ago, and I am too mad about it. I can't even get into the dentist because of this coronavirus. This chick here, Corona, COVID, whoever she is ruining the world right now. So I called the dentist. I made an appointment. They scheduled me for an appointment. The day before the appointment, I called them the same day I broke my tooth. First of all, let me tell y'all. And I was so excited. They was like, you can come tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'm like, wonderful, great. Tomorrow 1 o'clock is not super bad because we trapped in the house. But I'm doing lives. I'm live every single day. I'm like, yo, this front tooth broke thing, it ain't working. But called the dentist. They scheduled me for an appointment for the next day. I was super great. About 2 hours later, they called me back and said, yeah, we're only seeing emergencies. And by what they mean as an emergency is it has to be swelling, it has to be an abscess, or there has to be pain. I didn't know that at the time because I would have told them that at least I was in pain, but I'm not. So right now I gotta wait. They told me to call back in May, but I'm not waiting until May because this ain't a good look. So anyway, I just want to warm y'all up for that before y'all be all on Facebook or in the inbox or something telling people, "Ooh, what happened to her too?" I was eating something and I broke it. That's what happened to it. So we deal with that. Y'all with me? Can y'all hear me? Y'all still hear me? Okay, y'all still rocking with me? Give me a thumbs up, a heart, or something so I can know. So I'm using this new Facebook Live platform, and it's new for me. So I am, girl, don't cry about it. We gonna work with it, child. We gonna work with it. But I'm using this new platform, so it's a little difficult. So I'm just trying to understand it and make sure I know how to do it. So if you can't hear me or something, wave at me, let me know something. If you lose my visual or you lose my voice, let me know because I did a whole live yesterday and I wasn't able to be heard and I didn't even know it until the end when I downloaded. Thanks, Taisha. When I downloaded the audio of it, I was like, oh my God, I was on here for 20 minutes and it was nothing but static. So that's why I need people to kind of check in and engage. So I know y'all here. I know y'all can hear me. That's perfect. So what I wanted to talk to you all about was the most important thing that I'm realizing that is important when it comes to having a business, having a product, having a service, trying to market that business, trying to market that product, trying to market that service is knowing who your actual client is. Who, and when I say client or customer or the person that's going to buy from you, I mean, not just your friends, not just your girlfriends, not just your family, not just your cousins, people that will support you. You want to be in business and you want your business to grow and go for a long time and hopefully outlive you and be something that you could leave to someone else. And in order to have a business like that, you need to have customers that will buy from you repeatedly at your price. And I know if anybody is in business right here, anybody on here that's in business, I'm almost certain, almost 100% certain that when you introduce your product or service to some people, your friends, your family, your cousins, or something like that, they wanted a discount. They want the family price. If I'm right, give me a thumbs up. Your people wanted the family discount rate. Somebody at some point, or they wanted it for free. They didn't want to pay you for it. Give me a thumbs up if I'm right. And then you also have the people who they don't want to pay you, but they'll pay somebody else that does the same thing as you. So let's just say you are a hairstylist and you're good at being a hairstylist and you got all these girlfriends who get their hair done regularly. They don't want to pay you to do their hair. They want to pay the person down the street to do their hair who may charge more or may not do as well of a job. Sometimes your friends and your family and the people that are close to you, they don't want to buy from you for some reason or another. I don't know if it's, I don't know what the reason actually is. I just know that I've learned that people that are closest to you, they might support you at first, but that's not going to be what sustains your business. That may be what you use to get your word out there, get your first couple sales, but those people are not the people that are going to buy from you all the time. So what we have to do as business owners and people that are interested in going into business is figure out who is the person that will buy from you all the time and who's going to buy from you at the price that you need to sell your stuff at, because there's a reason that you sell your things at the price that you sell them at. People will say, you charge too much, or especially if you're in a service business like myself, I do a lot of services, I do a lot of coaching, I do a lot of consulting, I do a lot of helping people with back office things. But anybody that works with me knows I'm going to give you 100, maybe 110% of what you paid me for. So I'm well worth my money, and I don't even charge astronomical prices. But people want to downplay you, to discount your services, and they think you charge too much. But what you have to understand is whatever you're selling, whatever you're making, whether that's a service, a product, or whatever, it takes stuff to make that. It takes time to make that. It takes products to make that. It takes research to make that. All of that stuff goes into the cost of what you're selling. And that's how you determine your prices. But pricing is a whole nother situation, because as women, especially Black women, we undercharge. For some reason, we want to please everybody. We want to make our product affordable to everybody. And what happens when you do that? You end up stressing yourself out, and you ain't even making no more money. Those people people definitely don't understand that time definitely is money. It's money, and not even the time that you're using to actually deliver and make the product, but the time that you have to prepare to get this information or to get this knowledge. Your education, that school you went to, that cost you money. You probably still paying for it right now. And you ain't gonna be paying for school right now to be servicing a client that ain't even paying you what you worth. I'm almost willing to bet some of you all too have already either sold some products or did a service for somebody, and you was negative after it was over. Basically, you wasted your time. You went out here, you charged them $50 for something that ultimately cost you $75 to deliver. You wasted your time. You in the negative. Those people are not your customers. Those people are not your clients. And we need to spend more time at the beginning learning who our client is. I've had maybe 3 people this week tell me that their client is everybody, or their client is every woman, or their client is every woman that is in Chicago. That is not your client. That is not your client. Every woman in Chicago does not want what you have. They cannot afford what you have. They're not going to buy it from you, and they won't pay you for it. They might want to get it at a discount, but that's not your client. So, excuse me. So when we are in business, and I'm going to tell y'all this, and it might sound crazy, and I know y'all all know it, but I'm going to say it just point blank. We are in business to make money. If you are not in business to make money, then you are not in business. There is a difference between doing something that you love and doing something that you love to make money. Those are 2 different things. Y'all see this sign behind me? This sign behind me is Pearls and Gems Elite. That is PGE. That's a nonprofit organization that I love. I do that for free. I do that. I pay to actually present that. That's something that I love. But if you want to talk to me about business consulting and writing a book, you're going to pay me. You're going to pay me, because that's the business that I'm in. Does that make sense? You understand the difference between doing something that you love and doing something that you love to make money? Because you could do something that you love and you could do it to make money, and you could charge for it, and people going to pay you for it. And that is what people say you should do. Find something that you love and figure out how to make you some money. And that way it doesn't really feel like work. Like I know, Taisha, you're a crafter. You do crafts and things like that. And I know that you like to do that. But the thing is that if you like to do it, that's good and it's relaxing for you. But if you're doing it and you're selling it and it's costing you more to produce it in time, inventory, fees, bank fees, credit card transaction fees, the place to put it on your website, All of that stuff costs money. So you need to account for that when you put it out there and who you're selling it to. So what I really want to talk to you about is finding who your customer is. Can somebody tell me, type in the chat or type in the comments, who is your customer? Who is your customer? Give me an example. Who is your customer? Hey, Diamond. Come on. I want to see it. Who is your customer? Is your customer women? Is your customer men? Is your customer young? Is your customer old? Does your customer have kids? These are things you need to consider. Who is your customer? So we want to know if your customer is, this specific. I'm going to look at my little cheat sheet here. So your customer is small business owners, Naisha, all small business owners? Any small business owner can be your customer? Because we got to get really, in order to know how to market and to position yourself, your products, your services, your business in front of the right people, you have to know who those people are. And I put a graphic in the comments yesterday, and I did that on purpose. And if you notice throughout our discussion yesterday, that graphic changed a few times. And that was a market research project that we're actually doing for one of the clients, one of our besties here. She can tell you about it if she wants to. But what we're trying to figure out, we're promoting her product, right? And okay, we'll talk about that in just a second, Aisha. We're promoting her product and we were creating some advertisement for her product. So I created the advertisement based on what I thought would be pretty and what would sell and what would speak to people. So you saw the blue martini glass, which a lot of you all liked. So I asked you guys how old you were, and all the people that liked the blue martini glass, most of those people were 40 years old or older. There were a couple 30 somethings, but most of those people were 40 years old or older. And let me grab a sip of water 1 second. I want y'all to really pay attention to this because it was interesting to me. So most of the people that liked the blue martini glass was 40 years old or older. So I have 2 daughters and I have a little circle of millennials. So I showed that same graphic to the millennials. And just like I showed you all on Facebook, I showed the millennials. I showed the actual product that my client is selling, which is 16-ounce bottles of the drinks. The drinks are her product. So I showed that to you all, and then I put it really pretty in the graphic with the martini glass. You all loved it. Ate it up, 40-something-year-olds. I also showed that same graphic to my daughters and their group of friends who are between 21 and 25 years old. They hated it. They hated the martini glass on the picture. They hated it. They wanted to know, why would I show them that martini glass of the drink and that's not what they're getting from her? They wanted to see the bottle on the drink. That was the 20-something-year-olds. The 40-something-year-olds wanted the martini glass. The 20-something-year-olds wanted the actual bottle of the drink. Then I posted another graphic with just a picture I snatched from off the internet, which was a Seagram's wine cooler in a bottle and a cup of the Seagram's wine cooler in a glass that looked kind of frosty and icy. Posted all 3 of those, the one with the bottle, the one with the Seagram's glass, and the one with the martini glass. The 30-something-year-olds mostly gravitated towards the one with the Seagram's bottle and the little bit of icing in it. They liked that one. So I asked everybody, what about the ones that they liked that they liked? So the 20-something-year-olds said they like the bottle because they can see how much they're getting. They wanted to be able to see the drink in a 16-ounce bottle. To me, at 40, I'll be 43 this week, that didn't do nothing for me. Looking at this liquid in a bottle was not enticing to me at all. And so I assumed that because it wasn't enticing to me, that it wouldn't be enticing to anybody else. I was wrong. The 30-something-year-olds said that they liked the Seagram's bottle with the cup of the frosty beverage in it because it looked like it was fun. So the 20-something-year-olds wanted to have something, so they knew what they was paying for. They knew what they were spending their money on. They didn't want to imagine. They didn't want to see it in this wine glass. They wanted to know exactly what they were getting for their money. The 30-something-year-olds, they could use their imagination. And they looked at it and they're like, yeah, if I drink this, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have a good time. Us 40-year-olds and those 30-somethings that chose that, we all said the same thing too. It's mature, it's classy, it's laid back. It's the same drink shown in 3 different ways to 3 different audiences. Do you see how different each audience perceived that? So when I tried to sell that exact same drink in the martini glass to the 20-something-year-olds, they weren't trying to hear it. They wasn't going to buy it. It's not what they wanted. When I tried to sell the same drink in the martini glass to the 40-year-olds in the bottle that it comes in, they weren't trying to hear it. I'm not buying that. That don't do nothing for me. That's why you got to know who your audience is. That's why you got to know how your audience is specifically. That's why you got to know how old your audience is, what that age group likes, how that age group buys, and what's important to them. The names that we came up with for the drinks, we all liked them. Everybody thought they were cute. Love that Lakeshore Drive. Love that Botanical Gardens. That's all the women. The men, they don't care. They don't care what it's called. They don't give a damn. Just give me the drink. What's in it? Oh, it got some Hennessy in it. That's what I want. Give me the one with the Hennessy in it. They don't care nothing about them pretty colors, nothing about them pretty names. That's important. That's important. You got to think about that. Who we trying to talk to and what they want to hear. Another thing was when the drink was first marketed, it didn't have the ingredients in it. And my client was seeing success. She's still seeing success selling this drink in the bottle the way that it is. That is working for her. I told her though, I'm like, well, if you want to sell this to my group of friends, because whenever I have a client, I try to, promote you to my network, my circles, all of that. If you want to sell this to my group of friends, I need to know what's in this drink. Because just telling me that you're selling a Lakeshore Drive, I could post this to my friends and be like, hey guys, she's selling a Lakeshore Drive, but they're going to want to know what's in this Lakeshore Drive. Because I might not like tequila, or I might not like cognac, or I might not like whatever that drink is, or whatever that additive is in it. So we found that it was important to our age group to know what was in the drink and to have a description of that with the drink in something that looks good. The other age group, they didn't care. They didn't care. All they want to know is it light or dark in there. That's it. They was buying her like she busy. Bank account looking great. They didn't care. So you see how different each age group is and each demographic is. And then even going even further than that, I always use the example about the Starbucks client versus the Dunkin' Donuts client. 2 cups of coffee. When I first even started drinking Starbucks was nasty to me. I didn't even like it. Tell you the truth, I didn't even like it. But I was buying it because I liked the Starbucks experience. And the coffee grew on me. And there are 2 different classes of people. There's a Starbucks class of people. There's a Dunkin' Donuts class of people. There's even the class of people that just want a cup of coffee from McDonald's for $1. So you got to know, just your client is not, if you are Starbucks or you are a coffee person, your client is not everybody in Chicago that drinks coffee. It's not. It's not the same. All things are not equal. All coffee is not equal. Like Tasha likes experiences. So I like when I go into Starbucks and they write my name on the cup and they're going to call my name when it's done and they're going to ask me, do I want some whipped cream and some caramel? And they're going to put a little sleeve on it. I like that. I'll pay $5 for that. But I like Dunkin' Donuts coffee too because it's good, but it's a whole different experience. I'm doing Dunkin' Donuts when I'm just in the car and I need to get a cup of coffee on the way to work. I like McDonald's coffee too. They coffee $1. It's pretty good too. And I'll grab that on the go when I'm just want some McDonald's coffee. But if I'm in a mood and I want to go do something, I'm like, I'm about to go to Starbucks because I'm doing that for the whole vibe. So you got to understand your customer all the way around. What moves this customer? First of all, then we also need to think about how much money our customer needs to make in order to even price our services or to know if they can afford our services. Because yet again, you can get a cup of coffee for $1. 99 cents at 7-Eleven. Put your own cream in it. Stir it up. Put your own sugars. Make it the way you want. You can get that same cup of coffee, hazelnut cup of coffee. Go to McDonald's, pay $1 for the coffee. Ask them for the hazelnut pump, 35 cents a pump. So now you got that same cup of coffee for $1.35. You can go to Dunkin' Donuts where they mix it all up for you. You can order a medium hazelnut cup of coffee. As y'all can see, I like coffee. I drink it. I got this thing down. I know how to make my coffee how I like it from wherever I go. But you can go to Dunkin' Donuts, you get the same cup of coffee, medium sized coffee, hazelnut, cream and sugar, $2.49. Then you can go to Starbucks, same cup of coffee, medium, grande, whatever they want to call it, hazelnut, you can get a little drizzle whipped cream, $5.42. The person that's buying the 99-cent coffee may think buying a $5 cup of coffee is astronomical. That's ridiculous. Because why would I pay $5 for a cup of coffee that I can get for $1? Those are two different people. They both like coffee. They both like hazelnut coffee. They both like whipped cream. They both like their coffee sweet. But one of them